Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm playing with this deck that someone in the comment section of the last video basically suggested. It's really solid. It's got the Evil Skeleton Barrel, Evil Witch. It's also got the Prince and the Mega Knight, which is honestly a pretty filthy combo by itself. I'm gonna go Mega Knight here. It was suggested with Barb Barrel, but I figured with the amount of baits that I've been seeing, like with the Dark Goblin and everything, like in this situation, a log might, suit it better. That's really the premise of this, or of why I kind of changed things up. I do have Firecracker, of course. Firecracker is just a great, annoying card. And look at that, the opponent absolutely messed up there, and that's going to give us a lot of value. So obviously, you're going to have run the risk of giving King Tower activations and whatnot, but all in all, I don't think it's that much to worry about. We're going to be able to take that out pretty cleanly here. Even if they get King Tower activation, because you have Mega Knights, you have Prince, you just have so many ways to, deal damage and kind of tank for things. I don't think it's that much of a worry, but we're going to go with the Prince here. He's probably going to go with the Goblin Gang at some point. I don't want to really start trying to predict things. I don't think it's worth it quite yet. Maybe in Double Elixir, if you start getting a little bit desperate or if you are really feeling it, that might make sense. I'm just going to go with the Witch here in the back and see what he's going to have here for us. So I'm probably just going to go Skeleton Barrel here anyways, even though he's going to get a lot of value out of that. But I think overall it's just going to be a solid option. We're going to Fireball this, take out that Dark Goblin, of course. And I wonder if he's going to pop that ability. Okay, he does pop the ability. Don't really know how worth it that was for him, but we'll definitely take it. I'm going to go for the Prince here. I'm expecting him to go for Goblin Gang in the middle. Yeah, it's kind of deep, so I'm just going to ignore it for now. And we should be fine. Firecracker's going to do okay, kind of cleaning things up. We do have our Evil Skeleton Barrel now, so we can definitely take advantage of that. Obviously, if at all possible, have your Evil Skeleton Barrel kind of line up with the Witch. You're just going to get so much value. I'm taking damage on that other side because I think it might be worth it. The death damage on the Evil Skeleton Barrel alone makes it worth the while. Mega Knight's just going to walk up and ignore everything. I'm going to go Firecracker here just to make sure that the Skeleton King does, get distracted and doesn't turn around for our Mega Knight. We're going to go with our Skeleton Barrel as he gives up his log, which is probably his best counter. He's going to let the death damage happen, so even if he was able to clean that up, we have Fireball already. This deck is absolutely insanely good. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. Alright, next match here. Keeping things going. And starting out with that Skeleton Barrel is always really nice. Just cycle back to, more Evil Skeleton Barrels. As he gives up a Zap, which is probably, it's at least a card that he wants to use on defense. Against the Skeleton Barrel, but he's going to end up having Rage as well. And I'm thinking it's going to be a heavy beatdown deck with that. I was going to say Goblin Machine, P.E.K.K.A, and the Goblin Giant. Totally fine though. We're going to work with this. We have Prince for, that Goblin Machine. Ooh, this looks like this might actually be something even filthier, aka E-Golem. Prince could do a great job here, so I'm not going to complain at all. We have Mega Knight as well, so I'm definitely going to be dropping that right here. Perfect stuff. He's going to have a lot to contend with here, and we have a Skeleton Barrel, of course. I know he's got Rage, but he spent so much Elixir on that, and now he's going to get absolutely overran. Even with that, it's going to be way too much for him to deal with. He'll get King Tower activation, but we're going to take that tower down. Really nice. Obviously, this deck can punish your opponent really hard if they overcommit like they did. Let's go for Log. I think that will prevent even a rocket shot, which is great. So all in all, really great start. Our opponent absolutely overcommitted. I'm pretty sure this is going to be E-Golem. And yeah, almost right on cue. There's that E-Golem. So I think we want to obviously take care of... Oh, that's pretty sneaky right there, actually. I think we'll be fine. I'm going to go Prince here. Our Evil Witch is definitely staying alive with the help of all those skeletons that spawn. And our opponent's dropping good game because he knows that's basically it. There's not much else he can do. He might pop the ability there just to dash onto the Witch. But the Witch will be able to kind of clean things up. And I think he might have missed the zap right there. Oh my gosh. And all those skeletons are healing the Evil Witch. And that's exactly why you want to combo the two together. Either split lane, which works really, really well as well. Or, you know, have the Evil Skeleton Barrel go in front and have the skeletons start dying. Which will obviously replenish the health of the Evil Witch. Good game, well played. Let's get on to all right, next match here. Keeping things going. This deck is really, really fun, as you guys can see. I'm just gonna go with the Witch up high, which looks a little odd, but we're still gonna have a pretty healthy Witch. And basically for 2 elixir, we prevented all damage. And he doesn't have Fisherman anymore, which is kind of interesting here. Oh, he's got the E-Giant. Okay, so I'm going to go Firecracker because I think the Firecracker would give us a great opportunity to get some damage here, as well as, you know, just scooting back and slowly avoiding it. So I'm going to go for guards here. Oh, okay. I went kind of crazy on that. I'm going to go Log, take out that Dark Goblin, and then we can go for the Skeleton Barrel here. E-Giant's not going to reach our tower, so E-Giant's going to be tricky. With this specific matchup because we don't have something like the Evil Mega Knight to kind of help knock things back, and you don't have a building in this deck, so that's one thing to keep in mind as well. So from here, I think it might actually be worth it to just go for a King Tower activation. That way, in, you know, later times, or, you know, towards the end of this match, we should have a better chance on defense. He also has a Goblin Giant, which is wild. E-Giant and Goblin Giant, I mean, definitely some weird, interesting things here. We should do okay on this matchup. Prince is going to definitely damage down that Monk. I'm surprised he's not popping that ability, but I guess he didn't really need it. Prince is going to start dashing, though, and right into a Fisherman, and he's probably going to get a King Tower activation off of that. Totally fine. Is what it is. Now, we could probably go for this here, even though I would prefer to have, you know, obviously synced it up with the Evil Skeleton Barrel. All in all, not too bad. I'm going to go for Log here for that Dark Goblin, obviously. I'm going to go Mega Knight as well. So this should be fine, because even though the Evil Witch is going to end up hurting herself, you know, everything else should be fine. She's going to spawn some skeletons at some point, so we'll get some healing even if we really needed that. Unfortunately, Evil Witch is in front and we don't really have a way to reset, but our opponent has nothing left for defense right there. That's one of those things about running a crazy wild deck like this, where you have E-Giant and you also have the Goblin Giant. You're going to get absolutely boat raced once they kind of break through, and you have to try and defend. So good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. So our opponent's going to start out with a Firecracker, which is wild. And we don't take it out, unfortunately, because the Firecracker hit the Ice Spirit instead. Really unfortunate there. He's going to go for a Log. He's not even going to go for a King Tower activation, which I like, and I'll definitely take it. If this is Log bait, I'll be very happy to have, or to be running Log instead of Barb Barrel. I'm going to get a Witch rolling here. And we should have enough elixir afterwards to get a Mega Knight in front. Pretty typical here, nothing wild. So we're going to go Mega Knight here, and we're going to go Log for that Dark Goblin as well. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to preserve that Witch, which is fine. Mega Knight's going to jump on through, take out that Goblin Gang as well. And I don't think we're going to get any damage from it, but we did expend a lot of elixir for him. So see what he's got here. He's going to take all that damage. The Princess takes way too long. Not something you want to be relying on for defense there. Let's go guards. I think that's quick enough. Yeah, that worked out really well. So we'll see if he's going to go for maybe a Knight here to protect that Princess. If not, that's fine. Let's go Firecracker here. We'll definitely take this, you know, defense, just considering we didn't really have Log in cycle yet. But all in all, this is going to be a really interesting matchup nonetheless, because he's got so many things for us to Log. It's just absolutely insane. But he's going to take that Log chip damage. I don't blame him. I would love to get a King Tower activation somehow, but it's definitely not going to happen here. Let's go with the Witch in the back. He can go Dark Goblin, I think, at the bridge. He might have it back. Or or not. That's fine too. I'm gonna go for the skeleton barrel here. I'm gonna fireball that princess. I think this makes sense. And we're gonna have a lot of things for him to try and defend. Let's go and log this. I think that would be great because that's gonna also take out the Dark Goblin. I'm gonna go Firecracker here. And keeping the pressure up is gonna be paramount, obviously. He's gonna get King Tower activation. And he's got the Evil Valkyrie, which I probably should have accounted for, but I didn't. Totally fine though. Let's get guards here just ready for that Goblin Barrel. Or not. But he doesn't have Inferno Tower anymore, I don't think. We can fire... Can we fire? I think we can fireball all of that. Maybe the Dark Goblin just scooted right out of the way last second, but all in all, not too bad. We have a Prince here that we can use on that Dark Goblin because it went in front. Perfect. Let's go Firecracker here. We have log for this. And we're gonna use the Skeleton Barrel, of course, and just slowly continue to pressure our opponent. Skeletons are going to walk up, maybe get a hit, or force out a Goblin Gang, which he probably didn't want to use right there. But all in all, not too bad. Let's go for Mega Knight here, protect our Witch. And we can go for Firecracker as well in case he wants to drop something in the middle that we can reach, but he's going to go for just Inferno Tower. Makes sense. Let's go for Prince here. And the Witch is going to lock onto the tower, which is really, really nice. Yeah, just really, really nice stuff there. I'm going to log this, which seems kind of wild just for one Sphere Goblin, but it's going to force something else out, like that Evil Valkyrie. Really, really nice. We're going to get death damage, and we get these skeletons to lock onto the tower. Good game, well played. Really, really interesting matchup there. You know, you don't have Zap, you don't have E-Spear to reset that Inferno Tower, but even though Skeleton Barrel really is your main source of, you know, as a win condition, Mega Knight does a great job, Prince does a pretty good job as well, and of course the Evil Witch is going to be pretty filthy itself. Good game, well played, let's get on. Alright, next match here, keeping things going, and up against Cannoneer Tower should be interesting, because we don't really have, you know, we have skeletons, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they defend it. We have Mega Knight to draw things into the middle as well. So that's one benefit. We're going to use that Mega Knight right here. Probably protect our Witch. And it's going to clean up those recruits on the other side as well. So we're going to Fireball this because that will hit the Doctor as well as that Firecracker. We're going to clean up all of those things as well. So that's going to be really nice. We're going to go Skeleton Barrel here and take advantage of this since he opted to go for, you know, a little bit of offense on that right side. And we're going to get a lot more out of that. So really, really nice there. So he's got arrows, which means he's going to have a great way to defend our Firecracker, or he's going to have to use it on defense against a Skeleton Barrel. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go for guards, just a cycle in the back. I don't know if we'll really need it, but we'll see. I don't want to give up my Prince. I'm going to go Firecracker here and probably have to go Mega Knight, to be honest. In the middle, we'll leak a little elixir, but we'll do this. And oh, a little bit early on my part, we're gonna break the charge last second, and I'm just gonna go ahead and fireball this. I wasn't expecting roll Hogs for some reason, but we should be able to clean that up with no problem. The Flying Machine obviously gonna get a lot of damage, so is what it is. We'll deal with it. But he's got Inferno Tower as well. I don't feel like I see Inferno Tower run too often with, you know, Flying Machine, Recruits, and the Roll Hogs. I typically see more Goblin Cage, but is what it is. Let's go for our Prince. And as he goes with the Goblin Stein again, I'm going to go Firecracker here and see what he wants to do. I'm going to take some damage on that side. Oh, he's going to give that up. That will be interesting. Hopefully this kind of keeps our Prince alive. And we're just going to fireball this, I would say. I would say that's worth it. We have this here. I'm going to go ahead and log because he doesn't really have anything else. And that right there is going to be a very, very down tower. The death damage is definitely going to clean that up. We'll go Firecracker here. We have Mega Knight. So let's see what he wants to do. But I'm just going to do this and absolutely clean house on that side. So if he wants to go for Hogs on that side, totally be my guest. I'm going to just fireball this, but yeah, I'm going to this is gonna be fine. I mean, Firecracker's gonna help out. We have another one as well, and that right there is gonna be good game well played against a really interesting roll hogs and recruits deck. Not one that you typically see, but this deck honestly is pretty solid. A little bit of weaknesses here and there about in certain situations. You don't really have a building, you know. Hog Riders would be a little bit interesting, but you do have Mega Knight, you do have Guards, you do have Prince. So with this deck, obviously you want to defend and have some counter push and basically hopefully steamroll your opponent, or at least do more damage than they do. Pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.